Just ahead on retirement results, is America ready for retirement? A new survey shows how pre-retirees are feeling about the future. We'll break down their concerns and share 7 retirement statistics that will motivate you to improve your plan. Plus, is your current advisor really helping you? We'll share how the Active Wealth Management team could drastically improve your situation and help you prepare for your golden years. And get out your thinking caps as we test your financial knowledge with a game of right or wrong as retirement results starts right now. Welcome once again to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure, a licensed financial advisor with Active Wealth Management, here along with Ford Stokes. He is our CEO of Active Wealth, also the founder and our chief financial advisor around these parts. How you doing today, Ford?
Doing great. It's great to be with everybody. Love sharing great information to our viewers.
Yeah, about how to protect and grow your wealth. That really is the bread and butter of what we do every day at Active Wealth Management. Also the bread and butter of this show. Today, of course, we're talking about a lot of the concerns that retirees have and pre-retirees have as well, and seeing how those stats line up with the question that we're posing. Is America ready for retirement? You know, I mean, a lot of people are going into it kind of unprepared or underprepared, right?
Mm-hmm. They are. So many people feel like they need a little bit more in assets just to be able to generate the income they need to outpace their expenses in retirement. And hopefully we're going to give them a few strategies to do that today.
We're going to get some words of inspiration here for our quote of the week.
Here's our financial wisdom quote of the week.
To start off our conversations, this time around it comes from Abraham Lincoln, who you might have heard of once or twice.
Right.
Old Honest Abe said this once. He said, quote, "You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today." We talk a lot about that in planning for your future because, future you is out there and they're either going to be really mad at you right now, present day you,
Sure.
or they're going to be hugging and kissing you and so thankful for what you've done today for yourself down the road.
Yeah, I mean, what Tony Robbins talks about is you really haven't made a decision until you take an action. I agree with Honest Abe. Big fan of Honest Abe. Very famous Republican as well. I just hope that people are taking action to really do something about their retirement. And one of the best things to do is just to get started with a free financial consult with us and just by visiting retirementresults.com.
Yeah, you can do that. Visit retirementresults.com. Or if you would like, if you prefer, just get out your phone, open up the camera, scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take care of the rest. All you have to do is tap the screen there when the address pops up. You can also give a call to the number on your screen. We'll be glad to set you up with a free consultation with any of us here at Active Wealth Management and the Retirement Results team. All right, so let's kind of dive right into it here, Ford, with 7 retirement statistics. They're going to motivate our viewers to take action and get their future planning, the planning for their future started off. Statistic number 1 is that 54% of people don't even know their retirement needs. I was fairly astounded by that.
Yeah, I think there's a lack of knowledge on what's going to happen with taxes. Also, what's going to go on with inflation, because we've seen runaway inflation in the last couple of years, right? Also, really since COVID happened in 2020, we've had significant inflation. That's because our U.S. government is printing money and there's more deficits. We're now at $34.6 trillion in U.S. national debt, according to the USDebtClock.org. My concern is that people, if they don't even know whether they have got enough assets to retire or not, how are you going to implement a plan? And so we want to help people get started within our communities to make sure that you can at least start planning for that successful retirement and really try to do 3 things. You want to build a tax efficient, fee efficient, and market efficient portfolio for a successful retirement. If you can just get more efficient, and the fees and taxes thing, you can do that off the jump. That has nothing to do with market returns. The market efficiency is a little bit more difficult, but there's ways to do that in a guaranteed fashion, at least on the income portion of your assets, and we can do as well. But that's not a surprise to me, but it is a concern.
Yeah, it's definitely a concern because, I think a lot of it too has to do with the fact that there's a lack of financial education in the country as well. A lot of states are trying to make that situation better, requiring financial education in schools as a requirement to graduate, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
Wish that had been the case when I was in school.
Amen.
We'd all be a lot better off, I feel like. But they say, knowledge is power. Applied knowledge really is power, though, because you take the things that apply them to your everyday life, and you can really, really make a difference for future you, as we say.
Future you, and also for your kids and your grandkids.
100%. That's absolutely right. Statistic number 2 here, hopefully that's going to help motivate our viewers today to get their future started off and that planning phase started off for their future, is that the average yearly Social Security benefit is less than $22,000 on average.
Yes, it's right around $1,765 a month.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to make it on $1,765 a month in today's times.
Yeah, it really, really is. I mean, that comes out to right around, $21,000 and change annually. And it really is, that's not going to cover your monthly costs in retirement. Or it would be very difficult for it to, if it doesn't. We'll talk actually a lot more about Social Security coming up a little bit later on in the show when we welcome in our own Sam Davis. He is going to come in at the end and lead us in another round of everybody's favorite financial game show called Right or Wrong. So we'll have a lot more Social Security to talk about there because it's the Social Security edition of Right or Wrong. Stick around for that and much more retirement results when we come back.
Scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone to visit retirementresults.com/plan. That's retirementresults.com/plan. Our team is standing by and ready to start building your successful retirement plan today.
Hello and welcome back to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClure here alongside Ford Stokes with you this weekend. I hope you are really enjoying your time, and we thank you so much for spending at least a little bit of your weekend with us. Really do appreciate it because we know your time is valuable. And so thank you so much for joining us. Retirementresults.com is the website for the show. You go there, you can request a free consultation. It is obligation free as well, free of any cost, free of any obligation. Also, scan that QR code that's on your screen right now. You can go there, scan for your plan, as we like to say around here. Just scan it with the camera on your phone, tap the address when it pops up. That'll take you directly to the website, or call the number that you see as well. All right, so we're sharing some statistics that are hopefully going to be motivating to our viewers today to help them get on track for their future, right? And our next statistic number 3, is this. About 34% of people haven't saved anything at all for retirement.
Yeah, that is a real concern. We really can help people that have retirement savings. It's helpful if you've got at least a couple $100,000. We can really help you and get things moving in your IRA or 401k, 403b, 457, or your simple or SEP IRA, or just in investment accounts. That's usually the people we can help the best is folks that have that. I mean, our average client net worth is probably right around $1.4 million, but we're here to help everybody that we can. We're not going to turn anybody away, but it is a concern that people haven't been able to save because at some point you got to save for a rainy day, right?
Yeah.
And most of that's a habit change.
Yeah, it really is. And it takes, several repetitions to form a new habit and a certain amount of time to form a new habit. And that is difficult to do, especially as we get older, right? We get can't teach an old dog new tricks is the
That's
saying.
right. Yeah.
And I learn more and more about that every day as I get older. So,
Amen.
so that's it. And, actually that statistic came from a 2023 report from Ramsey Solutions. And I mean, really, in addition to causing a lot of financial struggles during retirement, having no savings to also handle, you talked about a rainy day or and that emergency fund that we really, really encourage people to get set up first thing is so important because if you don't have that, something happens, the car breaks down, the HVAC goes out in the house, whatever it is that happens, you are left in the lurch with, having to dip into maybe your retirement savings, having to put that on a credit card with a really high interest rate. And that's not the situation you want to find yourself.
Yeah, we like people to kind of save with a 6-month fund into a savings or a checking account, or even potentially put that into MYGAs, like a multi-year guaranteed annuity where they can get a slightly higher rate than average bank CD rates. So that's a good idea to do something like that. What you do is you take your monthly expenses and just times them by 6, and that's the amount. One tip that I want to give folks who we work with a lot of people that are varying ages, right? Because they've been with us for a lot of years and they're getting into their 70s and 80s now. And what I find is they've got more and more money sitting in their checking account as they're taking RMDs, as they're living within their means, and they've got, you know, personal pension through us, or they've also got Social Security, and they don't do anything with it. And it sits in checking, and so we always have to talk to them like, hey, let's try to get this into a multi-year guaranteed annuity or fixed index annuity or into an investment account, and let's be safe with that money. Put them in a brokerage CD that's paying slightly higher than bank CD rates as well, that's still SIPC insured. And so those are different options, but try to get that 6-month fund. You'll be a lot happier and you have a lot more peace of mind for retirement.
Definitely so. That is definitely the case. Number 4 is that around 39% of people don't invest in stocks. You mentioned there, you know, a lot of people letting money kind of sit in their checking account rather. And a lot of that is because they don't want to take risks. They're very risk averse, as we would say. Some people stuff it under the mattress. Some people keep it in their savings account, and it might be earning a little bit of interest there, but it's really not working as hard as it could.
Yeah, it's a real concern that people do that. You know, after March of 2009, when the market started going back up after the mortgage crisis, it was one of the longest run-ups of incredible wealth and increasing interest and growth in the U.S. financial markets and the international markets. And so many people were so scared off by the subprime mortgage crisis and what happened with stocks that they didn't reinvest. And that, what a mistake.
Yeah.
They could have doubled, tripled, quadrupled their money over, you know, a 10+ year period, which is remarkable. We just don't want you to miss out on the opportunities. There are ways to stay invested but stay safe where your principal is also protected. Mm-hmm. And we can help people do that with bond replacement, investing in fixed index annuities and other products that they can consider.
Yeah, as Warren Buffett said, it's time in the market, not timing the market, right? That is most important. Absolutely. Statistic number 5. Hey, I said it right that time. 69% of pre-retirees think that their retirement savings are not on track. You know, that goes back, we have that significant portion of folks who had not saved anything for retirement. So even those who have saved, the big majority of them say it's not going to be enough when we get to retirement age.
Yeah, I would say that is a real problem, a real issue. I would also say that most of those people probably aren't working with a private wealth management firm. We have the opportunity for them to work with us, and we can help build a plan for them where they know they're going to be able to see their retirement in advance. Yeah. We call that results in advance planning. And we can give them, here's your entire retirement plan really in just a few pages, so they can see what their effective tax rate is, what their assets all equal in account value, and also what's the income distribution from those assets year over year. All of that in just a few pages. So it's really simple. I would encourage people to go ahead and reach out to us at retirementresults.com or call the phone number on the screen so they can get in touch with us and get going on that free financial consult.
Stick around. We've got much more retirement results after this. We'll share our number 7 statistic that is hopefully going to make you get a little motivated and light a fire under you to get your retirement planning in check. Stick around. Hello and welcome back to Retirement Results with Ford Stokes. He is the CEO and Chief Financial Advisor from Active Wealth Management. He's also right here beside me at this very desk as the co-host of this show, Retirement Results. Really appreciate you sharing all of your expertise, Ford. Really do appreciate that each and every week.
Always happy to help, for sure.
You know, this time around, we've been discussing some statistics about retirement that we really hope will get our viewers motivated to take action, to make their situation better than what it is right now. We're up to number 6, and the 6th statistic that we want to share is this. Nearly 80% of Americans feel that the nation is facing a retirement crisis due to a lack of pension options. That's almost 80%, almost 8 out of 10 people saying that there's a retirement crisis due to a lack of pensions in this country. It's kind of crazy because right now it seems like you can't get people to agree that the sky's blue on any given day.
No doubt. No, I agree with that.
So that's big.
No, it's a big deal. I'll just tell you, it is a real concern that these people have not gotten some sort of retirement income plan or a retirement income source. One thing, Tom Hegnet is one of my retirement heroes. He's a retired lieutenant colonel. He has published a lot of books on the subject. And what he says is, hey, if you don't think pensions are important, try taking it away from somebody.
Yeah.
And if any of our viewers have a pension and they're considering whether they're going to take a lump sum on their pension or they're going to continue and turn on their pension, I would encourage them to reach out to us at retirementresults.com or call the phone number on the screen so therefore they can get their free pension review. We also provide 401k reviews, 403b reviews, and 457 reviews, and just regular IRA reviews as well. But those 401k reviews and those pension reviews are really important right now, especially with those pre-retirees. Really need to get an understanding of what you can do. One other important point I want to share, in Secure Act 2.0, the U.S. government has made it more accessible for 401k plans, even 403b plans, to include products like fixed index annuities, because they've learned since 2008, also the market downturn of 2022, they've learned and they're like, wait a second, we do not want to be responsible for the burden of funding the retirement for all Americans. And when the S&P 500 lost 50.1% of its value from March 08 to March 09, that scared the government. And they're like, wait a second, we need to lock up some of this money that these people are saving. It just can't go poof in the air. So if the U.S. government's doing that, don't you think you should too?
Yeah.
And if you don't think Social Security is going to be enough for you to retire on, or if you think it's going to get cut with the Old Age Survivors Insurance Trust Fund being depleted, 100% depleted to zero by 2033, according to the Congressional Budget Office and according to the Social Security Administration, then I would strongly urge you to get your own retirement income plan through Active Wealth Management. We're here to help you.
Absolutely. You can just scan the QR code on your screen, folks, to take advantage of that, or go to retirementresults.com. Our seventh and final statistic to share here is that approximately 40% of people don't consult with an advisor or professional of any kind when it comes to their finances. That is not so surprising to me, but it is concerning.
Well, I think some people are a little bit embarrassed. They're not sure. A lot of people will call us and go, hey, I don't know if I have enough money to work with you. Other advisors and wirehouses, things like that, they use that as a marketing tool. Like, I don't know if you have enough money to work with me, and therefore it's almost a closing technique. That's not us. I mean, we can help people best if they've got at least over $250,000. We're really able to help people, but we can help people that have less than that.
Yeah.
But try to get, but their income and their retirement's gonna be more about income than it is to be about just assets, right? And we want to make sure that we're doing a really good job. They may not be able to do a great job on the legacy side, but they'll be able to do a great job at least making sure that they hopefully don't run out of money if we can keep their expenses in check. But if you've got over $250,000, we can help you. We can help you reduce your taxes by a significant amount. If you've got over $400,000, you're going to save over 6 figures in retirement if you implement a Roth ladder conversion. If you have $1 million plus, we're going to be able to really put together a full strategic plan for you that's going to reduce your fees, reduce your taxes, that you're going to pay over a 30 plus year retirement, and then also hopefully help you get more market efficient as well.
And what would you say also to people who might, no matter what is the size of their investment portfolio, who might say that don't feel like I can work with an investment advisory firm because it's going to be too expensive to do that? What would you say?
It just absolutely isn't. First of all, we're going to be lower cost than the traditional wirehouses are going to be. We want to be fee efficient for our clients. We're fiduciaries, so therefore we have to kind of walk the walk there. The next is, if you've got an actively managed portfolio that's got strategic and tactical asset allocation and management of that portfolio, plus you're diversifying across multiple allocation sources and multiple asset classes, not just stocks and equities and ETFs, but also insurance products like life insurance and fixed index annuities or whole life even. And then also you can consider other products like structured notes or brokerage CDs. There's a lot of things that are available to a private wealth management firm that the individual investor may not be aware of and sometimes may even have access to.
Yeah. Well, stick around. It's time to see how much you've been paying attention because we've got our right or wrong game coming up right after this. Sam Davis will join us as we play the Social Security edition of that game coming out next. Hello and welcome back to Retirement Results. I'm Matt McClory here alongside Ford Stokes, our Chief Financial Advisor and the CEO of Active Wealth Management. And Ford and I are welcoming right now for a very special Social Security edition of our game Right or Wrong, Mr. Sam Davis, who is like, I feel like, I don't know, you're becoming like the Bob Barker or something of our show here. I love it.
Yeah, well, happy to be here. Social Security, so important. We're lucky to have a registered Social Security analyst here at the desk. And I've been so impressed hearing all these retirement statistics on today's episode, but let's review some of the most important points we want people to take away. Starting with you, Ford, is this one right or wrong? Under current Social Security law, the full retirement age is 65, no matter when you were born.
That's absolutely wrong. It depends on when you were born. A lot of folks that are born before 1960, it's going to be like 66 and 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, or 10 months. Then after 1960, it is 67.
All right, Matt, next one's for you. Staying on the topic of Social Security, right or wrong, if I take benefits before my full retirement age, they will be reduced for early filing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is right. You know, a lot of people reach the age of 62 when you can first take Social Security and they say, I'm going to take my money and run, basically. Well, you know, sometimes under certain circumstances, you might want to start drawing Social Security as soon as you can. But for most people, actually waiting until your full retirement age, which as Ford said, is either age of 66 and some months, or the age of 67, then you'll be able to receive your full benefit. You can even delay beyond that to age 70 and get an 8% increase each year.
All right, so in general, the more you wait, the more you make.
There you go.
All right, Ford, here's one for you. Is this right or wrong? If I have a spouse and he or she passes away, I will receive both my full benefit and my deceased spouse's full benefit.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's wrong. When your spouse passes away, on the day they pass away, you can get the higher of the two. So let's say it's a female that generally they live longer. So let's say the primary breadwinner was the husband. He passes away. She loses hers, but she gets his. That's at least a 33% cut of Social Security income into the household on the date of death, which is really a concern. We like to plan for that eventuality and make sure we have something in place to backfill that income.
All right, so you get to keep the larger of the two, but not both. That's a good point of clarification. All right, Matt, next one's for you. If I delay taking Social Security benefits past the age of 70, I will continue to get delayed retirement credit each year I wait.
That one is wrong. You know, as I said a few minutes ago, you can delay up until the age of 70. And if you wait past that retirement age, your full retirement age, I should say, which, as Ford was saying a minute ago, if you are born after 1960, congratulations to you. Your retirement age, full retirement age, is the age of 67. And so then, you know, you can wait until that particular point to get your full retirement age. But between the ages of 67 and 70, for those folks, you get an 8% increase in that benefit each year. But then if you delay past the age of 70, taking your Social Security benefit, there's really no, for lack of a better term, benefit for you to do that because the amount is not going to continue to go up.
All right, so once you reach the age of 70, the waiting is over. Yeah. That's a maximum benefit amount right there. All right, Ford, last one is for you. Is this right or wrong? We get a lot of questions about this one. Based on the government's most recent calculations, Social Security benefits could be reduced in the next 10 years. Is that right or wrong?
Unfortunately, that's right. And it's actually 9 years because the Congressional Budget Office has stated that the OASI, which is the Old Age Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, is set to be depleted 100% by 2033. That would mean a 23% cut across the board for all Social Security income benefit recipients if Congress doesn't do something about it. Hopefully they will. They haven't done something with Social Security since the Reagan years. Hopefully, to goodness, they're going to do something about it. And I encourage everybody to write their congressman, to write their senator. Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama has done a great job leading the cause here to try to get things fixed and right with Social Security, and we wish him all the best.
All right. Well, we know we get a lot of questions about Social Security. Thankfully, we have an RSSA, registered Social Security analyst, to help us straighten it all out. But if people have questions, they should definitely give us a call.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that, folks, at the number on your screen. And you can also click the QR code there, just scan it with your phone as well. And Ford, I just wanted to come to you really quick before before we end the show today. We've mentioned RSSA. We've got the logo here behind us for this segment.
Right.
Just talk to our viewers, if you will, for just a moment about why that's important.
Well, first of all, I'll just say I'm happy to be one of only 15 RSSAs in the state of Georgia. I'm also only one of 7 in the state of Alabama. We're happy to help folks plan for their Social Security. The best thing for us to do is get that report from SSA.gov from our clients. So all you got to do is go to SSA.gov, go ahead and get your statement, your Social Security statement. Hopefully you can get us an XML file so we can just plug it into our RSSA roadmap software, and we will give you 3 different options on how to maximize your Social Security income based on your top 35 earning years. That's what we need to be able to calculate it. We don't like relying on the Social Security Administration to tell our clients when the best time is for them to file, because they're not advisors. They are busy people, and they're trying to do whatever they can quickly because they've got to go to the next person who's coming into the Social Security Administration office or whatever that looks like. I would just encourage people to go to SSA.gov, get their Social Security statement, get the XML file, get that to us, and we will give them options on how to maximize their Social Security income.
We can take a look at the full picture for them and give them some options there. Thank you at home for joining us this past half hour here on Retirement Results. Really do appreciate your time. We know it's so important to you, so it's important to us, and it really means a lot that you spent some of your weekend with us here. For Ford Stokes and Sam Davis, I'm Matt McClure. We'll see you next time for more Retirement Results.
Scan the QR code on the screen with your smartphone to visit retirementresults.com/plan.
Ford Stokes and Active Wealth Management are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Information provided is not intended as tax or legal advice and should not be relied on as such. You're encouraged to seek tax or legal advice from an independent professional. Any comments regarding safe and secure products and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Fixed insurance and annuity product guarantees are subject to the claims-paying ability of the issuing company and are not offered by Brookstone. Any bonuses mentioned may be subject to additional restrictions and regulations based on the offering annuity company. You may not receive the bonuses if the contract is fully surrendered or if traditional annuitization payments are taken. And if the policy is partially surrendered, it could result in a partial loss of bonuses. Because these are bonus annuities that may include higher surrender charges, longer surrender charge periods, lower caps, higher spreads, or other restrictions that are not included in similar annuities that don't offer a bonus feature.
Registered investment advisors and investment advisor representatives act as fiduciaries for all of our investment management clients. We have an obligation to act in the best interest of our clients and to make full disclosure of any conflicts of interest, if any exist.